Greek mythology has a reputation for brutality, but the violence is not random. It follows a pattern. When men transgress, they fall. When women transgress, they become monsters, warnings, or footnotes. Modern retellings did not invent this idea. They are responding to something that was always there. Today we are unpacking how most retellings of Greek mythology reinterpret figures like Medusa, Cassandra, and Clytemnestra, why these stories resonate so strongly now, and what is gained and lost when ancient myths are rewritten through a modern moral lens. Let's start with the originals. In the earliest version of Medusa's myth, she is not sympathetic. She is born a monster. She is slain by Perseus. End of story. Later versions add a twist. Medusa is violated by Poseidon in Athena's temple. Athena punishes Medusa, not Poseidon. She becomes the monster. Ancient audiences did not read this as injustice. They read it as order being restored. Desecration occurred. Someone had to pay. And women in Greek myth often pay symbolically. Medusa is not a person. She is a warning. The same pattern appears with Cassandra. Cassandra tells the truth. She sees Troy fall. She warns everyone. No one listens. Why? Because Apollo cursed her? But the deeper message is more uncomfortable. A woman who speaks truth without power becomes noise. Greek myth does not punish Cassandra for lying. It punishes her for being right. Then there is Clytemnestra. She murders Agamemnon, and she is framed as monstrous. But Agamemnon sacrificed their daughter. Greek myth condemns her anyway. Why? Because violence committed by women destabilizes hierarchy. Violence committed by men reinforces it. This is the foundation modern retellings challenge. Books like Circe, The Penelopiad, and Stone Blind do something radical. They do not change events. They change perspective. Circe is still exiled. Penelope still waits. Medusa still dies. But now the story asks a different question. Who benefits from the version we inherited? Modern retellings are not trying to correct Greek myth. They are interrogating it. They treat myths as cultural artifacts, not sacred texts. And that is why they resonate now. Modern audiences are deeply uncomfortable with moral silence. Ancient myths rarely explain themselves. They do not apologize. They do not justify. They simply are. Modern culture demands explanation. We want motive, context, trauma. These retellings provide that. They reframe monsters as survivors, silenced women as narrators, villains as consequences of systems, not individuals. But there is a cost. Greek myth loses something in the process. Ambiguity. Ancient myths did not ask you to side with anyone. They showed you what happens when power collides. Modern retellings often resolve that tension. They tell you who to empathize with. That makes them emotionally satisfying, but less mythic. Because myth is not meant to comfort. It is meant to endure. The reason these retellings are exploding now is not just feminism. It is mistrust of authority. Greek myths were told from the perspective of kings, warriors, and gods. Modern readers distrust those voices. We ask who was silenced, who was blamed, who was erased. Ancient myth becomes a mirror, not of the cosmos, but of power. That is why these stories feel urgent. They are not about Medusa. They are about how societies decide who deserves sympathy. Greek myth once taught people how to accept the world. Modern myth teaches people how to question it. Neither approach is neutral. Both reveal the values of their time. If you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe to Pantheon. And comment below which myth deserves a modern retelling, and which ones should be left alone.